Hello Mila, hello Jack. Hello everybody else who's watching. Welcome to Storytime with Grandad. Today's book is from Bob the Builder, and it is Spud and the Funny Trees. It was night time in Sunflower Valley, and everybody was in bed. At Scarecrow Cottage, Spud was snoring loudly. Poor Farmer Pickles couldn't sleep. He sat up in bed and rubbed his eyes. Then he lay down again, wearily, and put his pillow over his ears. Spud's snoring was so loud that Scruffy could hear it too, from his kennel outside. "Ruff, ruff," whined Scruffy. At the yard the next morning, Bob told the machines what they were going to be doing. "We're using these logs to build a safety fence on the riverbank beside Mr. Sabatini's windmill," he said. "A safety fence?" rumbled Rolly. "Why?" Bob laughed. "To stop people from falling in the river, of course," he said. Soon Wendy arrived, wearing a lifebelt around her waist. Lofty looked puzzled. "It's a lifebelt, Lofty," explained Wendy. "You throw it to people if they fall into the water, and it helps them stay afloat." "We're going to hang it next to the safety fence," added Bob. "Well, I'd better be off to the factory," said Wendy, waving goodbye. "I promised to help Father Pickles with a big delivery." At the sunflower oil factory, Farmer Pickles was so tired after his noisy night that he arrived very late with the delivery of sunflowers. "Sorry, I didn't get a wink of sleep last night," he yawned. "Spud is just too noisy. I'm going to have to ask him to move." Farmer Pickles didn't see that Spud and Scruffy were peeping round the door. Spud was shocked. "Did you hear that, Scruffy?" he asked. "Farmer Pickles wants me to leave Scarecrow Cottage because I'm too noisy." Spud stomped off crossly. "We'll soon see about that," he said. As he thudded through the woods, some rabbits hopped across the path. He wondered. Rabbits have quiet paws. I wish my feet could be so quiet. Spud sat down beside some cork trees. He picked up a piece of bark. "This is nice and soft," he said to himself. "It must have fallen off this funny tree." He looked closely at the tree trunk. Aha! Spuddy's got an idea. Spud began collecting bark from the cork trees. Soon he had made himself a pair of special cork shoes. "Now I'm as quiet as a rabbit," he said, tiptoeing on his way. Meanwhile, on the riverbank, the new safety fence was taking shape. "Can we build it?" called Bob. "Yes, we can," piped the machines. Yeah, I think so," added Lofty. They didn't notice Spud creeping up behind them in his new quiet shoes. Bob had just picked up the lifebelt to hang it in its new home when suddenly Spud tapped him on the shoulder. "Ta-da!" exclaimed Spud, smiling. Bob was so surprised that he dropped the lifebelt, which rolled towards Lofty, who was reversing. "Look out!" cried Bob, but it was too late. Lofty had crushed it. "Sorry, Bob," said Spud. "I was just trying to be silent, Spud, because Farmer Pickles says I'm too noisy." Spud showed Bob his quiet shoes. Bob chuckled. Then he looked closely at Spud's shoes. "Cork, of course," said Bob. He had an idea. "Let's go and find those cork trees, Muck," he said. "I think they might solve our problem." Sure enough, when they reached the wood, Bob figured that the bark from the cork trees was light and strong, just right to make a new lifebelt. Back at the factory, all the bottles of oil were loaded into the crates ready for delivery. There were just enough bottle tops for the bottles. Travis and Farmer Pickles hadn't gone far when suddenly Spud stepped into their path, still wearing his cork shoes. Travis didn't hear him coming and slammed on the brakes. The crates of bottles in Travis's trailer all crashed and smashed together. "I'm sorry, Farmer Pickles," wailed Spud. Bob was still collecting bark from the cork trees when Wendy telephoned to tell him about the broken bottles. "And there aren't any bottle tops left," she said. "I might have just the thing. We can use the cork," said Bob. Bob and Muck drove straight to the factory. In no time at all the crates of bottles were corked and ready to deliver. "Well done, Spud, for finding the cork tree," said Bob. Spud looked pleased. Later, Bob hung the new cork lifebelt at the riverbank. The job was finished. That night, Farmer Pickles told Spud he could stay at Scarecrow Cottage. "I've made special earplugs out of cork from your funny trees," said Farmer Pickles, and with that he put a cork in each ear and fell fast asleep. Spud was delighted. "Ha ha, noisy Spud saved the day," he laughed. The end. Goodbye, Mila. Goodbye, Jack. I'll see you soon. Goodbye, everyone. Bye.